Chick.
Yep.
Hello?
All right, welcome to the Buckhorn. What?
I got nothing in my ears.
Really?
Not you, not me.
I know.
Because I'm unplugged. Welcome to the... Oh, there we go. Hey. Let's try that again. Go ahead.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martelle, and with me always is Randy.
What is up?
Randy.
Is my mic... I feel...
What?
There we go. Is that... I don't know, man. You went to Florida, and now everything's awkward.
That's weird. Because I didn't change anything. It just sits over here.
Well,
anyway.
Maybe your mom did while you were gone. She was watching over the house and...
Potential.
Came up here and messed with my mic.
It's potential. What have you been doing? We haven't seen each other in like 2 weeks.
I just knocked stuff off Liz's desk by accident.
Yeah, she'll kill you.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
I was in Florida.
What have I been doing? Working.
Yeah.
Boys have baseball practices. Canceled a lot because of the weather.
Yep.
And yesterday, I went to get new tires on the truck.
Okay.
So Thursday, I hit them up. Hey, I've got this tire that keeps going low. I put in like almost 40 PSI. 2 days later, 16 PSI.
So you got a slow leak.
Slow leak. Well, it was taking like 2 weeks to get to that point. Then it started happening in 2 days. And the tires are pretty bald. They're crappy Goodyears, which Goodyears are not Goodyears. They're bad years.
Well, hold on. It depends on which ones you get. If you buy low quality tires of any company, you're going to have issues with them.
Low quality Michelins or Bridgestones are better than high quality Goodyears.
Okay, that's
the stance I'm taking.
It's an opinion.
Yeah,
it's one you can have. I don't buy Goodyear, so I buy BF Goodwrench.
Well, BF Goodwrench is good. The BFG all terrains,
like I use all terrain
tire.
Yeah. I have all terrains on the FJ.
Hands down, love them. Hands down.
It's what it came with. It's what I always buy.
Yeah, those are great.
They're fucking expensive.
They really are.
It's like $800 to put tires on that truck.
Well,
it was $1,000 to put tires on the S5.
I set an appointment Thursday for 1 p.m. Friday. Said, here's the tires I'm looking at, but I'm not sure. I'd like to look at my options when I get there tomorrow.
And They said, bitch, I wish you would.
So I show up at 12:30.
Okay.
Go check in. Here's your options. You got these Michelins, $1,200-something. You've got the Coopers you're looking at.
Well, you're not paying for them, so.
Right. It's like, the Cooper all-terrains I was looking at was like $900-something.
Okay.
They had some Cooper HTs.
Cooper's usually pretty good about having a buy three, get one, too.
Yeah, they've got deals and stuff. Excuse me, man. I am belching today for some reason. I am Belgian. Like a waffle.
Is that in Germany?
And then, I don't know. Get Patrick on the phone. He'll tell us. And then there's some Milestars that were like $4 a tire.
Never heard of them.
Super low end. And the tire discounter now, you go in there and it gives you ratings like how it does in the snow.
Good, better, best.
Well, no, it's like out of 10. Snow, rain, dry. And the Milestars are like 5, 6.
I need a 1 in every category.
Right. That's the Milestars.
I need shitty in the snow. When it's wet outside, I need to be slipping all over the road. And when it's super dry outside, I need to slide off the road.
That's what the Goodyears were doing. So I was like, I'm not getting Goodyears. Well, I only had 4 options for a full set.
Okay.
So I said, you know what? Let me call my...
How many options did you have for just buying one tire?
Oh, probably 1 million. I don't know.
So why didn't you just buy...
They all needed replaced, though.
I know, but why didn't you just buy 4 one tires instead of just getting a set?
I don't need a set of 4.
I don't need a set of 4.
4 individual different tires.
I mean, whatever.
Welcome to Ohio.
Just one for each corner of the car.
Of course, in Ohio, if they were new, that'd still be a step up from what most people do. 4 different bald tires with radial showing.
We're going over to Steve's used tires. Right. Get us some tires. Retreads.
Come down to Steve's by the airport.
Jesus, that place.
But I'd been talking to Meat Derek because Meat Derek used to be Meat Derek, and when we say meats, we mean
smoked deliciousness,
smoked meat. But
he used to be
when we also
Derek.
say meats, we mean meats for a muscle car or whatever tires.
Well, so you may say that. I just call him Derek.
Yeah, but I'd been talking to him. I talked to him Thursday, and then talked to him Friday morning on the way down. And he's like, "Look, if you can get this, or that."
He's like, look, you just need radial tires.
Michelin, no. He told me, he's like, don't get the Milestars. He told me Michelin or Bridgestone, certain models. Well, the one Michelin they had is one he recommended.
Okay.
So I was like, $1,200, screw it. Because he told me, he's like, Coopers aren't bad, but he's like, dude, People have had the tread fall off of those.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Continental was
So-
always a great cheap tire.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
were super hard compound, so you
So-
could do burnouts like a motherfucker with them,
Right.
with no
So
smoke.
I told him, I was like, just give me the Michelins. So this is like 1240-ish, right?
Okay.
So I sit there. I know I'm early. People come in, don't have an appointment. They're sitting there. One grandma with this portly granddaughter who was she was a little 7-year-old. I learned her age through all the conversation because she wanted to shut the F up. Biatch. She was one of the worst behaved kids I've ever seen in public.
Oh, yeah?
Now, Grandma comes in on a walker. I notice she has a missing half of her foot's missing. It's in like a booty, no, like a sock.
Yeah.
And then her other leg is prosthetic from the knee down.
Diabetes.
And then through conversation, that's what I'm thinking. Through conversation on her phone, which she talks super loudly, I learned that she takes care of granddaughter. Her son's worthless, although he's helping her. It was Chillicothe, man. And they're from outside of town, they even said.
And that
So
used to
they're
be
like,
the capital of Ohio, people.
It did. Cheers. Long story short, though, I'm sitting there. Her car gets done with 4 new tires. So it comes 3:30. I was supposed to pick up Huck at 3:15.
Yeah.
That's why I set an appointment at 1. I'm thinking a couple hours for tires should be good, right? 3:30, I go
Couple
back.
hours. It should literally only take an hour.
Tops. I go back
20
there,
minutes
and
aside.
I keep getting up to stretch because I've been, I don't want to, like, I'm sitting there and I'm just like getting stiff and sore my knees hurt.
Yeah.
So I'll get up,
I was
walk
getting
around.
stiff, too.
Go, hey, now.
Thinking about that grandma.
Think about that half foot, that club foot.
Yeah.
And I keep getting up and going back, and my truck's clearly on a rack. And from like 1:45-ish when it went back till 3:30, they had 1 tire and wheel mounted, and then it didn't even have the center cap on, so it wasn't fully torqued or anything. 1 at 3:30. Now, the customer service people up front had been very nice. Mm-hmm. I watched them deal with some cantankerous people, and I said, hey,
And then you became cantankerous.
I'm not upset, but I set an appointment for a reason. I've already had to call and make arrangements for somebody else to get my son from school. I have to be out of here at 4 because I have to be in Grove City by 5:15. I need to go home in Circleville. I need to shower, which for those listening, Chillicothe to Circleville is like 20 minutes. Circleville to Grove City is like half an hour. I said, not trying to raise Cain or anything, but can we see what's going on? Because it shouldn't take from 12:30 when I got here to 1:45 to get my truck in when I had a 1 o'clock appointment till 3:30 to have 1 tire and wheel not even fully done and mounted.
Right.
There's 3 wheels still off my truck. Can't see the wheels. I see my truck there. See all my disc brakes. And she goes,
We just had
I'll
a guy
go talk.
quit.
She no, but the
I've
lady,
had that happen.
I'm sure. The lady goes, oh, I'd be pissed. And she goes back there. Next thing I know, 20 minutes, my truck's done.
Yeah. Because
20
it
minutes.
only takes, you get 2 guys working on a vehicle.
When I went back to look, there was 2 guys working on Grandma's Subaru. Nobody working on mine. She came in and admitted she didn't have an appointment at like 2:30. There was 2 guys on her car.
See, that's horseshit. That
and
is
nobody on mine. And that's where I was like, I was pretty ticked. But my $1,200 tires ended up being just over $1,000.
I was going to say, tire discounters needs to discount that service
And
a little
they
more.
give me a free oil change, which I'll probably not use.
Use
I'm not going to
use it on the Jeep.
I'm going to use. That's a good point.
Use it on the Jeep.
That's a good point. I might do that. I'll make Beth wait 4 hours for
No,
change.
drop it off. Tell them when you're going to drop. You're going to drop it off in the morning, and you need it by a certain time.
Right.
Show up and be like,
That's a good point.
or make Huck wait for it.
He needs to learn. And then towards the end of my wait, so I'm in the waiting room on and off. I go outside. I go in. I go out. Really old dude comes in and sits. It's like a U shape of chairs.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting at one end against the wall, and this guy sits kind of in the road to the left of me, wearing a U.S. Air Force hat. Oh, you serving the Air Force? Yeah, I said my grandpa did.
No, I was in the Navy.
I mean, my dad wears an Air Force hat because of grandpa, and he didn't serve. But we got talking. I was like, yeah, my grandpa's in the Air Force, and we're talking back and forth. Well, then this other dude shows up. Older dude.
It was a reunion.
And he sits down a couple seats next to me, between me and grandma, right? So he's a couple seats down from me. There became talk of soldiers being welcomed back from the Vietnam War, how they were treated. Mm-hmm. And grandma was like, yeah, we always say welcome home. We see a Vietnam vet because they never got to welcome home. And it was getting kind of patriotic.
Someone just told her foot welcome home, too.
Well, well, new dude sat a couple doors down from me. Was just sitting there kind of quiet, and the news is on one of the TVs in the waiting room, and Biden's up there and all this. And Air Force dude gets up while I'm up walking around, shows other old dude his phone. Yeah. So I'm on his phone. Well, I come sit down as this is happening, and new old dude is kind of just like, oh yeah, blah blah. Air Force dude says something. He goes, yeah, I don't speak his name. Well, then old dude shows me what's on his phone. It's his phone background. And it's a political yard sign that says, Jesus, the only hope for our nation. And I was like, okay, that's your belief.
Yeah.
Which, I'm a Christ follower. You know that. I've made it aware. Cool. Everybody's got their beliefs.
So apparently Buckhorn Ministries is also.
Yes, apparently. Well, then he'd asked the new old dude this, and then he asked me, do you think Trump misses Air Force One? And I just went, I don't know, man. He flipped his phone over, and his phone case had an image on the back, and it was literally Trump riding on the back of a bald eagle.
I love it.
So he sits down. Well, come to find out, the name that new dude wouldn't speak wasn't Jesus. It was Trump. So he said something about Trump and Putin and Russia. Air Force dude got onto a Biden kick and talking about his son, and they started yelling and fighting each other in the waiting room.
Hells yes.
And I almost got my phone to record before it stopped. Dude, it stopped. It was over like that. Like, I started to hit record, and they calmed down. But they were like, in 3 seconds, dude's talking Trump and Russia and staying calm. So I'm assuming, I'm going to call him Democrat dude. I'm just making an assumption. Air Force guy went off about, what about Biden's son, the freaking crackhead, the bastard son, this and that, and the other, started cussing. And the whole time, chunky little granddaughter's going, Gamma, can I use your phone? No. Why not? I'm using, she's like, I'm using it. Dude, it was Chillicothe, Ohio at its finest.
I love it.
It was, I hadn't been in public, like, around people I didn't know for a month.
You forgot what it was like.
It was amazing.
That's what happens when you leave your house.
I started, like,
it's like this everywhere, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I started messaging some of my car buddies and stuff. Like, we're on this chat, and I was just like, dude, you would not believe what's happening. Like, I thought two old dudes were going to get in a fight.
It would have been awesome if they had.
I seriously, I hit record because I thought it was about to come to blows. Air Force guy started to, like, do that thing where he looked like he was going to stand back up. I was like, please do. Please do.
Stand up.
Do it. Because I knew one of them was like, this dude's obviously a vet of some sort. I don't know what he did in the Air Force. He could have been a desk jockey. I don't know. But this other old, you never know with old guys. Like,
they got old man strength.
They got old man strength, but one of them was like a Golden Gloves boxer or something. Like, you always see those old videos of these old guys getting pushed and finally they just knock some young punk out. It's like, oh yeah,
like Tyson on a plane.
yes. That
some old dude knocking out a young punk.
Well, when that old dude's Tyson, I ain't going to say he's old. I mean,
I saw most of the video of that. There's pieces that were cut out. The kid behind him was antagonizing the shit out of Tyson.
Oh yeah, I read.
And apparently he threw a bottle at him, or dumped a bottle of water on him, or some shit.
Okay, I didn't know that part. Well, then if,
I don't know.
That's the case.
He deserved every bit he got.
Tyson was in the right then.
Yeah, he deserved. That kid got everything.
I mean, if you're pestering him, that's one thing.
He is pestering him.
I get it's annoying, but if you throw a bottle or pour something or do some other act towards him.
The fact that he's in an enclosed, not Tyson, the kid is in an enclosed.
We say kid, he was a grown man.
It was like 22, 23. He's a kid.
He's a kid to us, but he's old enough to know better is what I'm saying.
No, he's not. Fucking millennials don't understand anything. So he would, I mean, just the fact that him being in the plane in an enclosed area, antagonizing somebody, he deserves to get his ass beat. Physically.
We should do that. Dude, there was a time where I looked at
that kid's going to have emotional damage for years, and he deserves every bit of it.
That granddaughter yesterday, she was getting so annoying, and she was talking so mean to her grandmother. She's like, we're going to go to the baseball park, and grandma's like, that's an hour and a half away. We'll go to this park. And she's like, no. And then her grandma's like, we're going to get cupcakes for your birthday party tomorrow. I want to. She goes, I want a real cake, and it better not be a small one. And Grandma's like, well, if I get a cake, then I have to hold plates. I got to get utensils. If I take cupcakes, everyone can just eat one.
Yeah.
And she's like, I want to, like, she's just, dude.
Fuck that
kid. I looked at her a few times and shot her a glare. And she looked back at me and I was like, try it.
I'll slap the shit out of you.
Here's the funny part. So I'm on my phone like I have here, my personal phone. And I'm texting, I'm checking Facebook, I'm playing games, I'm trying to pass the time. I'm reading. Well, she kept pestering her grandmother for her phone, which grandma was trying to charge. She kept saying it's like 34%. Why won't this charge? And I'm going, you probably have a crap charger.
Probably because it's not plugged into the wall.
It was plugged in, but I figured she has one of those like 1 amp chargers.
Yeah.
You know? And I didn't care enough to say anything. And granddaughter's going off on grandma about the phone. So I reach in my other pocket and pull out my work phone and check it, and then sit on the chair next to me while looking at granddaughter, so she saw I had 2 phones. And I just grinned.
What a dick. That's some shit I would have done.
I've been put up with that for 2 hours at this point. That was the nicest thing I could have done.
Right. Okay,
so what do you got? You went to Florida.
So I did, but before that, we're revisiting the Junction 35. What is it?
Dang it! I found something yesterday I meant to bring you, and I couldn't find it.
What, were you unpacking a box?
Yes, actually, yes.
Jesus Christ.
I was throwing out boxes. In the box that I had from Junction 35, in the bottom was a sticker I bought you, and I haven't found it since the end of November.
And you lost it again.
No, I set it out on my desk to bring, and then I forgot.
Oh, shit. That's all right. You can bring it next time. I'm sure you'll be over again.
Maybe.
We'll see what happens after today.
Right. So we'll see how this recording goes.
This is the Junction 35 off the rails. This is their experimental line, and this is the Rye'teous.
Chus. Rye'teous.
Teous. Rye'teous. Right. Rye'teous.
Rye'teous.
No, it's Rye'teous. It's good. So we're revisiting this, and we just went straight on the rocks with this.
Yeah, we did.
I've been sipping on it since you started talking.
I've had a couple sips.
I wasn't going to sit and wait to get to this point of the show. It just got better.
I love this.
It got so much better.
This is one of the best ryes, if not the best, I've probably ever had. Like, it's definitely...
Oh, it's definitely up in my top 3.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just about to say. It's top 3. Easily.
So this Rye'teous is, and in no particular order, it's in top 3, the Elijah Craig Rye and Middle West Spirits Pumpernickel Rye.
The Pumpernickel Rye is really high. Yeah,
so
that's a good one.
Yeah, so I'm at a 3.5 with this.
Easily.
So
if you are
you can't get it, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, they might still have some in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee at Junction 35. A lot of folks from here vacate down there. And we have listeners all over the world. So our one listener from Russia, if you're ever in Pigeon Forge. Putin. Hey, Putin, if you're ever in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, after a day at Dollywood,
hit me up. Let me know. Because I'll come down.
We'll come visit.
I'll come visit. I'd want to know what the hell is going through your head. Just stop.
I was about to make a bad joke.
Stop with everything you're doing.
The Rye'teous.
You got worms in your brains.
In your brains. And this is bottle 404 of 444. It's only 444 bottles of this. When I went back in November, there was a lot of this. Like, there was shelves. It was a whole display just chock full of it. Had I known how good it was, I would have grabbed several bottles.
Keeping my eye out for some of their experimental stuff. Experimental stuff. I will.
When we go back this year, I will be going in and seeing what else they're up to.
Right.
They do samples. So you can try stuff. But the experimental, I did not get to try. This was just I'm going to grab one bottle, see what's up.
Well, that's the way to do it, though. But
the unfortunate thing is it's 6.5 hours if I want another bottle.
Well, just do what I do. Buy the bottle, open it, try and be like, shit, going back to get more.
Right. That's what I should have done. I should have tried it there.
So, yes, I was in Florida.
Yes, you were.
I was in Florida. I was at my sister's. Didn't go anywhere. It was glorious.
You don't need to go anywhere. She's got a pool. She's got a pool. It's a hot tub, right?
They have a pool.
What was that? Your house just shook.
There's a door closing, slamming shut because the windows are open.
Oh, okay.
So
why do they have a hot tub in Florida?
Oh, we use it all the time while we're down there. At night, it does get, like, this time of year, it does get cold. I mean, not cold, but it gets.
Define cold
in the 60s.
Cooler, okay. Fair enough.
So you get in the hot tub when it's like 60 degrees outside. With,
not bad.
A beer.
I saw one of her pictures where like kids in the hot tub in the middle of the day, and I just thought,
well, it wasn't on. I was in it in the middle of the day, and it wasn't on.
No heat.
No, you just.
So it's like a mini pool.
The pool's warm. I mean, they have a heater on the pool, and it's warmed. They never use it, but Florida
is for lizards.
I got into the hot tub section because there's benches in it. You just get in there and sit.
Chill.
And just
Have a
chill out.
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a really nice place.
It was nice. And I just kind of sit there and
So
relax.
y'all eating around the table.
Yeah.
Having a good Easter.
Sarah was she did a little dancey dance.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that on? You have to check. You have to check my my Instagram. We were talking about.
I was scrolling through Facebook and saw her picture about Easter. Her post. So it was like 6 pictures of y'all.
Yeah, there's a video I took of her. Have you seen Coco? Not Coco.
Encanto?
Encanto.
Yes.
See, we don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
So there's a remix version of that on Instagram where it jumps straight into Little John.
Nice.
And Sarah hadn't heard it, but of course my niece has. Lexi and Harley have. Right. Jose looked at me like I was fucking insane. And so I played it. I brought up an Instagram reel and I turned up the volume on it and I played it. And she looks at me like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden she turns and looks at Liz and then just starts dancing like she's in the club. And I was just like, that's it, completely unplanned, just this perfect what the fuck are you doing? And then she turns and just breaks into something else. You have to check it out. It's, I don't know. I think it's funny, but it's my sister and I know how she is.
Yeah.
But one of Lexi's friends, for whatever reason, follows me on Instagram. Okay. Kid, boy. He
looks up to you.
No, he liked the reel and then told Lexi, "Whoa, your mom is crazy." Lexi goes, "That's my aunt." Ew.
We ain't from West Virginia.
Jesus. So,
I mean, you guys are pretty close to West Virginia growing up.
Yeah, within a stone's throw away.
Yeah, pretty close.
Pretty close. But it was a good time. So, didn't go anywhere. I took down 2 bottles of Middle West Spirit because I knew we were doing a bourbon tasting.
How'd they like it?
I'll get to that. So,
okay.
So
sorry.
I took down the wheated bourbon, not their wheat whiskey, the wheated bourbon.
Right.
And I took the pumpernickel rye.
Good one.
With me. And I was able to get them into my luggage, and fucking TSA went through my luggage and opened up the box. I was pissed. They got, I only knew it because they flipped everything over. So I put it in a shoebox. I put both bottles.
Bin Laden.
Yeah. I put both bottles in a shoebox with paper and everything and had it positioned in the dead nuts middle and packed everything around it. Got there, immediately ran upstairs with the luggage, threw it on the bed, opened it up. Paper's missing out of the packaging.
Half the whiskey's
the whiskey was all there, but the box was flipped upside down from the way that it was.
So it's chilling on the cork for the whole flight.
Well, it had to anyway.
Yeah.
But
there's no way to prevent that.
There's no way to prevent it.
Some dude chucked your luggage into that plane.
Yeah, and I was just like, none of the bottles broke. Great.
That's a win.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So Jose he's gotten into whiskey over the past couple years. He's got himself a nice little collection of some shit that we can't get and some really expensive shit that we definitely can't get. And
because we're poor.
No, because we're Ohio.
Oh.
So, because he's got bottles of Blanton's Gold and he's got bottles of regular Blanton's and Eagle Rare and Basil Hayden Toasted and no, I wasn't coming back with more bottles of shit. So the night of the whiskey tasting he was having, he was like, Jack's going to come over, Dave's coming over, we've got the 3 Carloses, we've got, so and so. I'm like, cool, whatever.
I think it's Trace Carlos's.
It could have been.
Okay.
But he said 3.
Oh.
So, he's like, yeah, he goes, we do this occasionally. He goes, we do whiskey tastings. He said, everybody brings a bottle under $50 or more if they want, but usually under $50.
Okay.
Host keeps the bottles.
Okay.
And they have to be unopened bottles. Yeah, they have to be brand new bottles.
I'm going to start hosting.
Well,
I'm going to do that on a weekly basis.
He was like, you should, you rotate.
No.
Well,
everybody come to my house and bring me bottles.
Nobody wants to host. And the last time because they live on a cul-de-sac, they had it in the middle of the cul-de-sac.
That's pretty cool.
Which is cool. So they took the fire table out there.
I was going to say they have chairs.
Middle of November, had chairs, and they just did whiskey tasting out there.
A fire pit.
Well, no one wanted to host, so he did. And he's never seen so many people out on his patio. The patio was packed full. There was a little bit of room to move around, but you were falling into the pool if you misstep. You took a wrong step.
Jeez.
So had some really
kinky.
really good whiskey. The Pumpernickel Rye, about half the bottle got drank on that night. Not every bottle got, like, people were going back to that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a good one. Well, the wheated bourbon, Jose's like, oh, that's a wheat? We're just going to set that over here. He's like, I really like wheats. And he goes, we're not giving that to the...
I was going to say.
The commoners don't get that shit. So the next night, well, after all that, there was some really, really good whiskeys. There was one that I had down there that Jose actually had. It was Paul Sutton. Can't find it up here. Could not find a bottle down there because I was going to buy a bottle. I would have brought that back with me. That was fantastic. I had some of the Bell Mead Sour Mash. I've never had it. I always walk past it in the store. It was really good as well. It's like
I was going to say, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
But I've not.
Had some Rabbit Hole. I've had Rabbit Hole before. I can't remember.
Didn't we review Rabbit Hole like
when
3 or 4 years ago?
Started.
Yeah.
They've changed things though since then.
Okay. We might have to.
But a lot of things I keep walking past, and there was one bottle I did not take a picture of it because it's ingrained. It's like burned into my brain that I'm never going to buy this bottle. It's got a bright blue label on it.
Johnny Walker.
No, it's. I think it's is it a West Virginian bourbon? It's either West Virginia or it could have been Kentucky. It doesn't matter. But guy bought it. He brings it over. Now I'm taking the tasting like, oh, it's a tasting. Like I'm gonna
sample everything.
I'm gonna sample. I'm gonna give tasting notes. Everybody's there.
And this is at the house you're staying at.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to worry about.
So I'm not worried about going anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm
gonna stumble upstairs and fall asleep.
This is what I'm doing. I'm gonna just flex on motherfuckers. I'm sitting there and I taste that one and I'm like,
I can't believe you would ever want to flex on anybody.
I know. Well, no one. They were just drinking bourbon.
Right.
Like they're just like, we're drinking it. I like it or I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this has hints of cherry and vanilla.
By the way,
there's some red licorice in there.
I have a podcast you may have heard of.
And I said, and one guy looks at me, one of the Carloses, he goes, how are you picking all this shit up? I'm like, it's what I do.
For a living.
I'm like, I'm a
professional.
I didn't say I was professional. I said, but I do this weekly. Like I said, I have a podcast. I do this shit weekly. And all of a sudden it was, you have a podcast? I'm like, yeah. Like,
absolutely.
I record weekly. We drink whiskey or beer or something or some sort of alcohol on it.
We're better than you and we know it.
We talk about shit and we try to get the tasting notes and everything. Yeah. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, that smells like caramel. Like this is a super caramel bomb. And the dude Carlos, he's just like, caramel bomb. He's like, what do you? And I said, just smell it, take a little sip, and then take a bigger sip after that.
Just take it in, man.
And he's like, whoa, oh my god. I said,
you're right.
With a vanilla finish. And he's like, you fucking nailed it. I'm like, because this is kind of the thing that I do weekly.
What we do.
Like, I just don't drink whiskey because I drink whiskey and I like to drink whiskey. But I also
you've heard of a man named Mr. What's his name? Minnick?
Oh, Fred Minnick.
Fred Minnick. But we're better than him.
But so anyway.
That's not true.
So we're not. I'm nowhere near better than him.
He literally makes a living.
He makes a living doing this shit. So
he was on Moonshiners.
Was he?
Yeah, they did a...
he has a bottle of Middle West Spirits.
Does he really?
Yeah.
We'll have to check that out. No, he was on a Moonshiners episode. Well, now he's been on 2 or 3 over the years. Last 2 to 3 years.
He is the guy now.
But But they did one where they were tasting straight moonshine, and he was giving his notes, and he was like, "This don't taste like moonshine." He was giving it, but he also tastes some of the stuff they've aged. Like I told you, the different ways these moonshiners are trying to rapid age stuff.
Yeah,
and some of them he was impressed with, and I was like, "That might not be bad." Then
still not gonna drink rapid age anything.
If he says it's good, because his name and reputation, but
it's good as
he puts his reputation on the line saying that.
He does.
So I would want to try it at least.
Maybe. I don't know.
Of course, I just want a jar of like some of the guys. I'd want a jar just to have, not even to drink, just to like. This was made by a world famous moonshine, especially Mark and Digger, because they learned from Popcorn Sutton.
I don't want to own a bottle just because of that.
That's historic to me. Though. But see, I like.
I'm not a hick.
That's fair. I like the history of moonshine and how much it shaped America.
Well, yeah.
People don't want to admit it, but like I like the history of it. I like the rum running.
Yeah.
That started NASCAR.
I get all that. I like all that.
So I just think it'd be a cool collector's piece. You know what I'm saying?
Like shit.
Like I said, it'd be cool to have a jar, though. and
Whatever.
Sit here in the studio.
Finish that up. We have another whiskey
Okay.
to do.
Well, you ain't got to tell me twice.
I know.
What's this from? What's that be?
Bro box or some shit.
Bro box?
It's actually what my team sent me from work when Diesel passed away. So it came with two.
Okay.
It came with one glass, a can of Coke, 5 airplane bottles of whiskey,
Any good ones?
two Larceny, 2 of those. Is it Barlow or some shit? It's like Texas whiskey.
I think it's just Barlow.
Yeah, it's not good.
Barlow.
Yeah, it's not good. And then I can't a small bottle of Makers and another one I can't remember.
Okay. That was a nice gesture, though,
It is,
honestly.
yeah.
Especially since you've not been in office for 2 years.
Right, and it was and then the 2 bags of pretzels and then a bag of caramel corn and a bag of kettle corn.
Well, that was nice.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. So I use that glass a lot.
It's a cool looking glass.
It is.
I mean,
it's a rocks glass,
I'll say it's just a rocks glass,
but it
it's got
has
a
a
cool
B
little-
on it, and my name is Brandon. And
yeah.
now I can just say it. It's mine.
It's mine.
It's mine. But the second night. So actually, hold on.
Yeah, you finished yours. Talking all that trash. What in the world is going on outside our studio?
Harley's downstairs. It's the garage door.
Is that downstairs?
The steel door downstairs. Yeah.
I guess it would be like right below us.
It's
We're
just
over the
keeps
garage
slamming.
right now. Forget the bottle pop. That's our new intro. The rapper. Solid.
I like it.
Solid.
I think we're the only ones who do bottle pops.
I think so. Bourbon
done.
bottle pop. Bourbon bottle pop. Top me off. Dad, that's not enough.
All right. I do like Jefferson's. Their bottles pour for shit. It runs down the side.
They've got a very short neck, so the first couple pours, it's very hard to. Yeah, I agree.
It pours down. It just fucking leaks everywhere.
Oh, we still have that
pisses-
Jefferson's Ocean downstairs, don't we?
We do.
Okay.
You told me.
We'll save it.
You said leave it here.
leave it here.
So the next night,
Okay.
Jose's gotten into cigars. Cool.
Great.
I
I've got
like cigars.
Several mini cigars at home.
I'm not a huge cigar smoker, but
you look really tough on your Instagram.
I do
though.
enjoy smoking a cigar. Occasionally.
You enjoy smoking a lot of things. Like meat,
Yeah.
penis.
I mean, that categorizes that as meat.
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 Man meat.
Meats.
So,
Meats.
yeah.
So there was one, but my issue with smoking cigars is I hate when I'm done, just that ashtray taste in your mouth. Like you can't get rid of the
Agreed.
smoke. You can't
Agreed.
get rid of that char flavor. Well, what I found out was really good cigars don't do
Yes,
that.
exactly. I was going to
So-
say, you have to get a quality cigar.
Well, so Jose's neighbor, Jack, is a cigar smoker.
It's Cuban. Oh.
No. He's from Philadelphia. He's nowhere near
It's
Cuba.
not Cuba at all.
But he has a like 4.5 foot freestanding humidor.
Humidor, yeah.
That is
I've got a
full.
buddy that has one of those, yeah.
I'm just like,
And then he's got a little one, so when there's a party, he loads up his like
yeah.
little single level
Yep.
with like 12 cigars and just goes around like, hey.
Oh, he doesn't hand them out. He just brings his own shit or smokes somebody else's.
No, I'm saying when we used to go to his house for cigar night on Thursdays.
okay. I gotcha.
And he'd go to his big humidor with a little one, fill it, and
And then bring it out.
there it is if you want one.
Yeah.
Reach in and grab it.
So Jack's been guiding Jose on cigars to buy.
Good.
Well, Jose finally made a purchase of a box of cigars plus 5 individuals.
That's diving in to buy a whole box like your first
Well,
deal at it.
he's had it a couple times, so he's just like, I
Okay,
like
so
it.
he knows it. Okay.
I like
Fair
it.
enough.
Order it for me.
Cool.
So he has Jack order everything because Jack gets a discount because he's been a customer at this place since literally fucking 20 years ago. So he orders
That's like pre-internet, basically.
right,
Like ordering online, at least.
Yeah, about when the internet started is when he started ordering this shit from this company.
That's back when you could just play Yahoo games.
Yeah. So it was called Aging Room. That's the name of the cigar. It's Aging Room.
Okay.
So he gets a
that
box
what you
of
have
those.
downstairs?
No.
Oh, okay.
But then I had another one when I was down there in July. It was called My Father's Cigar. That's the name of the company. Now I can't remember the actual name of that model. I'm going to call it a model cigar.
You got the make, not the model.
Yeah. So, but it's kind of a stubby. It's only about yay long.
Yeah.
It's not super long where you're just sitting there and you're just like, fuck it, this needs to end, but I'm not going to waste
like
it.
2 hours, yeah.
But it's really good, and it doesn't leave that shitty taste in your mouth. It actually tastes pretty good with whiskey. I don't know that I would drink it with beer, but it tastes really good with whiskey. And that's what I had.
I'll smoke a tobacco pipe fairly often when the weather's nice. I don't smoke inside. I like a good cigar, but not many I would smoke with a beer. They don't.
It would have to be a sweeter.
Again, I don't like.
You don't like beer,
much.
So diverge for a second. So I just poured us Jefferson's Reserve. It is the Twin Oak Custom Barrel.
That's good.
So, and it's very rare.
We didn't try this neat at all. We probably should have.
We didn't. I have no idea where this bottle came from. I don't remember.
And you just opened it, so you've had it.
I've just opened it. I've had it for a while.
How long have you had it?
It's probably been sitting down there almost a year.
Huh.
I don't open bottles like people open bottles. Like I'll sit on a fucking bottle for a year or two.
Literally.
I'll put it up my ass.
You'll keister it.
So that it can't be opened.
Right in the prison purse.
But
nobody knows it's there except Liz.
Right. Well, she didn't even notice there half time.
Until she reaches in.
Yeah. Well, she's the one who has to
there's
get
a bottle in
she
here,
has
too.
to get it for me.
It's in there. Keep reaching.
I can only go so far.
You got to go elbow deep to get that.
And it's up in there. It's in the liquor cabinet. So anyway.
Yeah, we poured it over the rocks.
So had it on the rocks.
When we first try something, we usually do neat and then may add ice or
we do, but
water.
You know what?
Really good.
It's really good on the rocks.
It's really.
I let it sit and just kind of.
I did too. Yeah, it's I like all things Jefferson. The Reserve is pretty run of the mill.
Right, but this isn't just. This is Twin Oak.
This is Twin Oak.
I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to look it up.
Don't care.
It's good.
Bob's your mother.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing notes on it. It's just flat out. It's good. And
rate it then.
3.
Yeah, solid 3. I don't know what it costs. I don't know where to get it.
I have no idea.
We're not even going to look.
I don't remember.
For the first time ever, we're not going to give you any info on it. Except that it's twin barrel.
I have no idea.
If I saw a bottle of this, I'd get it.
Yeah, I'd absolutely pick up a bottle of this.
I mean, I paid for Ocean. It can't be more than Ocean.
I mean, I'd walk by it a couple times first like I do everything else. And then...
Well, the bottle, it looks just like your standard Jefferson's Reserve, which is a $30 bottle of solid whiskey,
it's the neck label, and there's a small... I mean, the ink printing on the front is different, and then there's a small, like, orange-brown label.
But the bottle shape, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're walking past the shelf, you're going to go, oh, Jefferson's, and just keep going.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing that stands out about what this bottle is.
Really good.
It's really good.
Really good.
It. Go buy it. No tasting notes. Just take my word for it.
Here's my tasting notes. Delicious.
It's good.
Yeah. Delicious.
Delightful.
It's splendid.
I can't think of another word. Fuck it. So anyway, we were sitting out on the patio the next night, and his buddy Jeremy had come over, and his wife had come down from St. Augustine, so they were way up fucking
Did you
north.
say Staint?
Staint.
It's like the Saints taint?
Well,
it's Staint?
It's Florida, so everything's a staint.
everything's a little stainted
It's
down
a little
there.
stained down there. So they came down from Augustine, St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
And stayed the night at the house as well. They drank a little too much. And,
up on the house top, click, click, click.
Well,
down through the chimney with old Staint Nick.
Staint Nick. We broke out the cigars again that night.
Yeah.
Had one of my father's cigars, but we broke out the Middle West Spirits wheated bourbon.
Good stuff.
It is really good stuff. Now, I am elated, like super elated, super happy.
Oh, that's good.
That I took the bottle with me. We pulled that bottle out. Jose poured himself. He drinks everything on the rocks. He doesn't try it neat. It goes
that's my kind of guy.
Straight over ice.
99% of the time, I prefer it over ice anyway.
I go back and forth, but he just goes straight on the rocks. Has a cigar.
Screw you.
Takes a sip. He's like, "This is good. This is good." Jeremy pours himself a bottle, and Jeremy's like, "Where the fuck this come from?"
Ohio.
I said it came from Ohio. I said it is. I said everything that is in that is sourced from Ohio.
Yeah.
From the barrels that they charred in to where it's distilled on site in Columbus. They use
They use their own urine,
their own wheat.
Yeah.
I said everything is distilled right there, and he's like, "This is good. this is real good. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm not getting the response I hoped for. We drank
Bottle
more, damn near. I mean, it probably should have been a bottle kill. Jose looked at the bottle and he went to the next day. He went to pick it up. He's like, man, they fucking killed that pumpernickel rye. And then he looked, he's like, oh, we killed that bottle last night. And he looks at me and goes, that shit was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
He's like, where's that? He's like, I can't get that down here, can I? I'm like,
nope.
You can have it shipped to you, but you cannot buy it down here.
Yeah.
I said, when you come up in June, I'll get you some bottles.
Oh, are he and Sarah coming up?
Yeah. So
is she going to be on the show again?
Probably not. We'll have to figure it out because they actually, I may not be here to do a show. Here? No, they're because I'm gonna have to make a trip back to fucking Toronto because she's coming up for a 20-year class reunion. She'll be in Toronto. Her and Jose will stay in Toronto or stay in Steubenville for the weekend, and then I'll have.
That's a real bad place to stay when you live in Florida with your in-ground pool and hot tub and
So
sunroom.
I'll have my niece and nephew
Steubenville.
Here, and they can.
Every time I even think of Steubenville, I think of that movie, That Thing You Do, where they're like getting ready to sign the. Have you seen that? Mm-mm. Wow, it's a great movie. Great movie. But they're like, we're going to, they're talking about playing big cities. They're like Pittsburgh, Steubenville. Like they make a big deal about it, which back in the day,
it was
Steubenville was a big place. It was happening.
It was a large mafia or small mafia run town.
So
where the Rat Pack would hang out.
Yeah, so it's just
because that's where Dean Martin's from.
That's what it always reminds me of. Oh. Steubenville.
Fucking Steubenville. The place is such a shithole now.
It's like most of the towns up there.
Dean would be so disappointed.
Well, he's dead, so.
I know.
And he beat his wife.
And Sammy. And Frank.
Yep. Sammy Kershaw.
And Larry.
Sammy Kershaw and Frank Thomas.
Larry, Jerry.
And Larry from the Three Stooges.
Larry J.
Blige.
Yeah.
Little known fact, that's Mary J. Blige's dad. He used to play music.
Anyhow. So yeah, it was a good time down there. We smoked cigars, we drank,
It looked like a good time.
We didn't really go out other than just to run to the store, hung out.
That's
in the
like
pool.
when we went down it's been 2 Octobers ago now. Geez, has it?
To Destin.
Yeah, to Destin.
Yeah.
And some of them, like, they'd run to the first time we were there, I ran to the liquor store and ran to get this and that.
Yeah.
I stayed at the house or I was at the beach. I was in the pool, in the house, or at the beach. And it was wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, that pool's outside.
So I did post a photo on our Instagram account I wanted to do it on the show, and I was trying to find it up here, and I couldn't find it, but they had it down there. Hard Mountain Dew.
Yes.
And I wanted, so I bought a 12-pack of this shit. Never had it. Just fuck it, all in, 12-pack. Give it to me. I could have bought just a 24-ounce can of a single flavor, but there's 4 flavors.
So you bought the 12-pack.
So I bought the 12-pack.
Yep, I saw the picture. You got all 4 flavors.
I tagged Hard Mountain Dew, and I said it's about to get Florida and meth mouth up in here, and cracked that fucker open and dumped it down the drain.
You should have tasted it first.
Probably should have.
It was that bad.
It was awful.
All 4 flavors were bad?
I took a sip. I only did 3 of the 4 flavors. I'm pretty sure my nephew probably dumped one down the drain as well because I gave it to him when he'd stopped by to say hi. And I'm like, here, take it. He's like, oh, they got Baja? I'm like,
yes, they do.
Take it with you. And he's like,
Merry Christmas.
He's like, hell yeah. And then I never saw him again.
He ran away.
He ran away.
He's only 12, too. It's incredible.
Yeah, it was amazing. No, he's actually 27.
Well, I assumed he was older when you said he stopped by.
Police officer down there, and I'm just like, go for it. He's like,
have at it.
I
was kind of hoping you bring some back just so I could taste it because we can't get it here.
I thought about it, and I'm like, I looked at Jose, I'm like, you keep that. I said, that's from me to you. And he goes, I'll just give it to all my drunk friends.
Merry Christmas. Yeah. People just want to drink alcohol.
And it was bad. Like, instant headache because there's no sugar in it, so they're using some
like
sweetening, I don't know, sweetener additive to it. It was fucking gross. I did try 3 of the 4 flavors, ended up dumping out all 3 of them immediately after tasting it. Like, immediately, just like, nope, gone.
Yeah. We've developed quite a palate here at the Buckhorn Podcast. You were talking earlier about people finding out you had a podcast. Do you ever find yourself in a liquor store, which for you is predominantly pit stop?
Yeah.
You overhear people asking or talking about whiskeys or bourbons. Do you ever feel the need to like jump in? Because
I have.
I
don't feel the need to jump in.
Not the need, but it's like when people are like, "Yeah, I want a good whiskey," and they're looking at like Jack.
I did stop a woman from buying Kentucky Tavern.
Did good. You should. You
She
did
was
your
like-
civil service.
She goes, but it's cheap. And I said, "You're right, it is." I said,
Yeah, so as a prostitute on Solvent, that doesn't mean you go for it.
and you get what you pay for. And I said, "You want cheap?" I said, "Take this." And I'm like, get a benchmark.
Exactly what I was going to say. Benchmark. Ancient age.
I said, get an ancient age. You don't even need the ancient age.
No, just ancient
get
age
the
is
ancient
better
age.
than Kentucky Tavern
I
by
said,
far.
don't get that.
So there's a new football league, professional, called the USFL.
Yeah.
And me and my car buddies.
I wanted to vomit when they used the fucking helmet cam because I felt like I was on an ocean liner in the middle of a rogue
the
wave.
helmet cam is one thing, and then the drone with the kickoff trying to follow the football.
Fuck that.
It's awful. But me and some of my buddies decided we're going to pick teams, and that's who we're rooting for. New league, you know what? There's no football going on in the spring, whatever. Well, me and one of my buddies, other buddies' teams are playing each other tonight.
Okay.
And we decided to make a side bet. So, well, what do you want to bet? I was like, not too much because,
I'm poor.
well, no, it's just these teams have played one game each.
That's fine.
You know nothing about
even
it.
more to bet like $1 million
So, right.
in Monopoly
All
money.
in. So I was like, I don't know. What about like just a solid bottle of whiskey? We both like whiskey. Just something not expensive. I'm talking like $25-$30. And we were joking about cheap whiskey, and he sent me this thing called R&R, which is a Canadian whiskey.
Nope, I'm out.
Hold on. It gets worse.
It can't get worse. It's already from Canada.
1.75 liters costs like $19.
No.
You know it's bad.
No.
When you can get a whole gallon of this stuff.
And he's like, I love it. I fucking drink this shit every week.
He goes, it's a solid mixer.
I'm also from Toronto,
Oh, crap.
Canada. I love it. I love Ontario.
Ontario,
Montreal.
eh? I just watched Super Troopers 2 for the first time.
It's not very good.
It's not.
There's some moments, but
It's not as
very
good as the first one, but it's better than I expected.
Yeah.
Because like Joe Dirt 2 offended
Awful.
me. So it wasn't that bad. Will Sasso, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was good. It's
But
funny.
yeah, he was like, yeah. I was like, dude, it's Canadian. And it's $20 for a gallon of it. Don't give me that. I will throw that at you.
Yeah.
I don't care. I would rather not win anything than win that.
Yeah. No, not doing that. I think I mentioned it before. So you can order mystery boxes from places.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brewmate, I'm a big Brewmate.
You send me
person.
money, I'll send you a mystery box.
Nope. Beth doesn't count.
Hi-yo!
I was waiting. So I'm a big Brewmate fan. Like since I don't know, like 2 years ago when I discovered Brewmates. I don't like Yeti because I think Yeti's fucking expensive. I think it's overly expensive for what it is.
I'll go for the knockoff that his brother started.
Right.
That half price at Walmart. That Ozark Trail or
Ozark or Arctic or whatever.
Yeah.
But I like Brewmate. Brewmate's reasonably priced. Well, they started doing.
Some Brewmate's pretty pricey for what it is.
Well,
I'm not saying it's not worth it, but it's pricey.
We'll get to that. So I had, I bought actually Liz got a wine set from my sister a couple years ago. And it's a wine bottle, a double wall insulated wine bottle and 2 glasses. They're the same, 2 cups. So we use the cups all the time. We never really use the wine bottle. We don't travel anywhere to take wine with us that we need to keep it cold in a double wall insulated stainless steel bottle. Well, then I started getting into it a little more, and then Sarah and Jose ordered all of their friends. They bought Brewmate rock glasses for everybody they know. Liz bought me my noser.
Now, hold on. Sarah knows me, and I did not get one.
Because you're not friends.
Okay, fair enough.
So I have the Brewmate noser. Liz got that for me. And I enjoy drinking out of that. It's just a whiskey glass, like a whiskey nosing glass that I've used on the show several times. Well, then about a month and a half ago, Brewmate said, hey, for $100 you can order this box, and we're not telling you what you get, but you get at least $200 worth of product in it. Cool. Well, I didn't order it. Well, the second box, I ordered it immediately. I'm like, fuck it, I'm in. I ordered it. and I got I think I got a wine set. So I got a wine bottle, 2 glasses. I got a couple koozies that double as cups, like 12 and 16 ounce cups. And I told Jose about it. And Jose's like, fuck. He goes, why didn't you tell me about this before? I'm like, I didn't know that, like, you were actually, you wanted brewmates. He's like, oh, hell yeah. He's like, next one, you let me know. Next one came up right before we left for Florida. Ordered one. He ordered 2. It's a goddamn 3-gallon bucket backpack cooler.
Do you have that?
Yes.
I want to see it before
it's downstairs.
That's awesome.
I'll get it. So it's a 3-gallon cooler.
You can put a lot of bourbon in that.
You can put a lot of semen in that.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Got to keep it chilled.
It's got a removable stainless steel insert. You can either put a plunger style drink dispenser on it, or you can there's just a drainage cap, because you can throw ice in there, and I think it holds like 15 White Claws or 12 beers.
Or a lot of semen.
Or you can just pour your Hairy Buffalo right into it.
Yeah.
Put it on your back
Buffalo in it.
and go for a fucking hike. And
Hairy Buffalo was my stage name in 1998.
I don't doubt it. But I didn't think it was going to be cool, but it came in while we were in Florida here. So I had my neighbor just kind of throw it into my garage. But Jose got it. We opened it up, checked it out. It's a pretty cool, stupid invention.
Yeah.
Like, it's something it'll never leave this house.
Right.
But I'll use it outside by the pool.
Heck yeah, man. It's almost pool season, too. It's
right.
coming up.
Well, then they did another mystery box yesterday. And I told Liz, I'm like, I'm not going to order one. I'll hold off. They're $100. She's like, yeah. I'm like, you want me to order one, don't you? She's like, you did get some cool stuff. She goes, if we had gotten glasses with the cooler from last one,
with the semen,
because we were hoping that it would be the bucket, and then like we kind of already knew what it was. They gave a hint on a Facebook group on what the mystery box was. Okay. I'm like, well, I'm hoping that they'll include like 2 wine glasses or 2 tumblers or something
yeah,
along with it, because it's $100. It's $200 worth of stuff. That it's called the back tap, because it's a backpack and it has a tap on it. It's called the back tap.
So you can keep your semen in it.
Yeah. It's $200 to $230 for one of them. When you say things that are a little excessively priced,
yeah,
it's a little excessively priced.
Yeah.
But I got it for $100.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm fine with that. I ordered another mystery box. They said it's going to be accessories and random drinkware and shit. So I'm like, all right, I'm in. And Liz goes, if we had gotten glasses, I'd tell you no, because we didn't get any. Order another one. So I have another mystery box coming here soon.
Awesome.
Can't wait.
You should wait to unbox it on the air.
Depends on when it comes in. I get really excited.
It's like, just wait.
No. If it comes in on a Monday,
I can't wait 5 days.
I can't wait. If it comes in on a Thursday, that's pushing it.
Oh man!
But I'm a little excited about it. I use them all the time. Like
yeah. That's all you've been using for.
I don't use glass anymore.
No, I come here and you get brewmate for you and a glass for me.
Yeah, it's because I only have one.
You need more.
I need another rocks glass. If I get another rocks glass, then you can have one. The only thing I don't like is their hand wash only.
Yeah.
Now I have thrown them in the dishwasher. Put it on the top rack.
Screw you, brewmate.
Well, you put it on top rack, it's fine. It's top rack only.
Yeah. It's
fine.
It'll be okay.
I put my Arctic in there all the time, my black cup that I'm always carrying around.
Yeah, it's fine.
So
that'll work.
It's a good time. So if you're looking for a Yeti replacement, definitely check out Brewmate.
Hey, this is Randy with the Buckhorn Podcast. We're just coming to you now today with our sponsor, Brewmate. Brewmate makes fantastic products to hold your whiskey, bourbon, or semen. Go to brewmate.com/Buckhorn Podcast for no discount.
Right.
Order today.
Or a 404 error.
Or 404 error.
Page does not exist.
I hate when I'm listening to podcasts, they go into an ad and you don't realize it because it's the same person reading it.
Yeah.
I'm like, son of a...
So,
you're trying to sell me coffee?
And then the last thing.
Yeah, last thing.
To finish the show out here, because we're about time.
Then we'll wrap it before we tap it.
Yep. 2-Bitch Bourbon.
Yes.
They were holding a competition called Worth Your Weight in Gold and they are very dog-centric.
I'm worth a lot of gold.
You're worth about, I don't know, an eighth of what you weigh.
That's still a lot of gold.
I mean,
that would be a lot of gold. We'd be rich.
$100 in gold.
So anyway.
So they're very dog-centric, and I love it.
Yeah.
Like even the two bitch, the bitch is it's a female dog, and their logo is two dogs. With their tails wrapped around each other, which are their dogs. And they had a contest, the Worth Your Weight in Gold contest. So I did not enter that contest. I think the owner, I think Lauren entered me into the contest, which I absolutely appreciate. Because I had said something about, maybe I'll just use old pictures of Diesel and I'll just submit those and tag you guys in it and hashtag the shit and whatever.
Was the competition using dog pictures? Or?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was using dog pictures.
Okay.
So they were going to take the top 10. And I made it into the top 10 with Diesel.
Nice.
And she sent me a message. She goes, she said, you're in the top 10, even though Diesel passed. She goes, instead of the bandana, we'll put something else in the package.
Whiskey.
And whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It can be 2 rocks glasses. It can be a hat. It can be a shirt. I don't care. I love the fact that they were
very thoughtful
yes. about it. And Lauren's the best. Like Lauren and Joe are the best. Like, I cannot wait to meet them in person the next time I go out to Nevada, which I don't know when that's going to be. But
we should just road trip there. Let's go. Let's take a week.
The FJ won't make it.
We'll take the Lincoln.
The Lincoln won't make it.
Lincoln will make it.
The Lincoln won't make it.
We'll make it.
So I'm really excited about.
And we'll bring Patrick so he can ride in the Lincoln.
Oh, Jesus Christ! It looks like I'm sitting in the back, or I'm sitting bitch, one or the other.
Right, you'll sit in the middle between us.
Jesus, that would suck.
No AC either.
No, definitely not. Well, there's no AC. Well, the FJ is going into the shop to see what it's going to cost.
I got to get the Lincoln.
I got to get it. So anyway, I really appreciate Two Bitch and everything they're doing.
Thank you, Lauren.
And I'm hoping that soon they'll be here in Ohio. They're working on it. They've submitted all their paperwork. They've paid all their fees that they have to pay.
Get on it, Ohio.
It's an Ohio thing at this point, waiting on them, of course. But
I just realized you have a lot of Brewmate stickers over there.
That's from the last mystery box. It's every fucking one I opened.
You have a stack of Brewmate stickers.
I know. You want one?
I don't know what to do with it.
Put it on your ass.
All right.
I mean,
right next to my Brewmate tattoo.
Yeah. Check out Brewmate, or not Brewmate. Check out Two Bitch on Instagram.
Check out Brewmate, but
check out Brewmate as well. Two Bitch has been reposting a lot of the stuff that I've taken over the years, like pictures of Diesel, the picture of the cleaver that I don't know where this cleaver went, but I have a cleaver somewhere.
I don't have a clue.
That has Two Bitch barrel staves for handles, and
it's some serial killer stole it.
I mean, it's gone.
Stacking of bodies with it or something. I don't know.
Whatever. So anyway, Lauren and Joe are the best. Brewmate's the best. Middle West Spirit's the best. Everybody's the best. It's nice outside. I'm
You're
happy.
in a good mood.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I even did a brake job on the fucking FJ, and it was the best.
Oh, it's the best brake job ever.
It sucked. But
it's
there was some cussing going on. It took me a day and a half to do because I started late last night. But it's done. Now I got to do oil change.
Well, we better get off here so you can go change your Earl.
Well, I got to wait for my extractor to get here.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm hoity-toity, and I am not crawling under my fucking truck to drain the oil out. I'm going to siphon it through the dipstick.
Do you have to crawl under there to get the filter off?
Nope. It's all up top.
Nice.
It's all right there up top.
As it should be.
So, cool. All right, check us out on Instagram, Twitter, the Googles, what is it?
Insta, Google, Tweetstagram.
There we go. Just share the show. Don't fucking like it. I don't care.
Yeah, we don't care if you like us.
Just tell other people about it. Yeah.
Screw you, but tell other people.
I had a great time in Florida. I always have a good time in Florida. Randy had a good time here.
Yeah, it was a great time just, living my daily life for 2 weeks and working and seeing your pictures.
Yeah, so do the thing and hugs and high fives, and we'll see you.
Get a semen bucket.
That too.
Peace.